So in that questions, we have those information about the firm, right? And then we need to find out the company capital structure way for debt and equity. So of course, Lyman has presented we then use the market value. Okay, we don't use the book value of equities or book value of debt for the calculations. But in case if you don't have the market value of debt, you can use the book value of debt for the calculations. Just in case that in examination we may not have the market value of debt. Okay, so in that case we may use the long-term debt with the book value one. Okay, and then you are plot with the debt, so you would have the enterprise value. In this case, we don't need to consider the cash, right? Because we assume that cash is now, in the form of market capitalization or debt. So we plot them all, and then we can calculate the weight of debt and equities. Next, for the cost of financing, B. The question requires you to, okay, here is the key information for you to take note. The corporate tax rate is 40%, and for mix of debt and equity financing, an unlevered beta is estimated to be 0.9. And from the question asks you about the levered equity betas. The hint is that the company plan on maintaining the mix of financing over time. The mix of financing over time, which means that the company wouldn't keep a constant debt to equity ratios over time. It's fall into the case number 2. Right? We have already explained this in the class, not case number 1. Can you distinguish between case 2 and case 1? Can you? Okay, for the case 1, it happens when the firm may keep constant level of debt. So the debt to equity ratio may not remain constant over time. Why? Because the equity of the firm is increasing, given the retained earning, and then if the company issue more stock. So if you keep debt constant over time, but the equity is increasing, so debt over equity, that ratio is decreasing. Okay? But here in that questions, that the company plan on maintaining the mix of financing over time. It means it falls into the case number 2. That means you need to apply this formula to get the levered equity betas. And then to get the unlevered beta, you apply this formula. Okay, so you need to read the question carefully, because if you don't read it carefully, you don't know which formula to use. Like earlier, Minh, right, you are using this formula, but it's not the case. This is not a constant level of debt case. All right. So by using the correct formula, we can determine the level equity betas, which is here. Okay, this is the formula I used. I wouldn't take the beta levels, multiply with 1 plus the debt to equity value, and then minus the beta debt multiplied with the debt to equity value. Okay, here. Alright, you see that? Then the level equity beta, that means the beta of the company with a mix of debt and equity financing. Alright? The term level equity beta means this is the beta of the equity for a firm that is used mix of debt and equity for finance. Alright? The term unlevered equity beta means what? Means that the company only use equity for financing, no debt. Alright? Get the point? Right. And given that, we can calculate the WACC using the levered equity beta, and then the debt ratio, the equity ratio, and here this is our calculation for the WACC. Okay, right, good. Now we move to question.